So there's this billionaire, and he's got a company with a whole lot of promise, and he took it public about a week ago and is a complete bust. But we're not talking about Mark Zuckerberg and Facebook. We're talking about Ike Batista in Brazil, who took one of the subsidiaries of his EBX holding company public, and the shares are down 30%. This seems to be a recurring theme with this billionaire. He's the 7th richest man in Brazil. Tell us a little bit about what's happening with this IPO.
Well, this is essentially the 6th company that Ike Batista has, essentially brought to the market. And it is, another example of what his companies are doing. Essentially, he brings them public and they lose, 30%, half.
So he's got this big energy empire. It's all around, mostly around oil and the various mining around it. But he doesn't. He's not. I mean, he just pumped his first barrel of oil
in January.
Right. So again, there's a sort of a lot of promise about this company, but there's not a lot there.
It's a huge conglomerate that is supposed to work, together in unison, essentially. And some of the clients for some of his units are other units.
He's selling to the various businesses, right?
So most of them are cash flow negative, and you have a lot of delays in his projects as well, which are finally starting to make shareholders think twice about essentially what this whole investment is about.
But this guy's a master salesman, right? I mean,
yes.
in spite of over the last 4 years, the companies keep not performing well in the market. 5 out of the 6 of them have all gone down.
Right.
He keeps bringing in pretty smart money. He's got Abu Dhabi coming in. GE
right.
just bought into the parent company EBX. What's his secret sauce?
The important thing to note is that Batista's story is pretty much Brazil's story. Is this very rich country that is about to sort of finally reach the promised land, if you will.
Right.
So everyone sees in Batista, essentially.
So it's a proxy to bet on Brazil, and he's now got. But for now, his fortunes have come down with Brazil's. I mean, growth in Brazil is down, under 3%. Oil obviously is coming down. So both of those trends are not working in his favor. What are you thinking about in terms of is this a good time to stay with it or not yet?
Primarily, that's the important thing to look at. Oil is coming down. Europe's woes certainly don't bode well for Brazil or for oil prices either, and also Batista himself sees the idea of investor payoff as far off. Now he's talking that until 2015 these companies are going to start giving out some dividends.
Right. So originally it was 2014. Now it's 2015.
He keeps pushing it back, and so plus his whole persona and his shenanigans of, I want to be the richest man in the world, which he has said many times. All of this combines and, should give investors some pause of, is this really a solid investment to get into at this particular point in time?
All right. Well, Mark Zuckerberg's misery has some company, and we will be back with more Breaking Views next week.